Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about right now is that the data that's being coming out about crime is not real. I had done a video a while back about data statistics on the crime in the United States, and it's not matching up with what they got. I'll just say that because it's a lot worse than what they're saying. You know, headlines in recent weeks have blared that crime is down, all based on a new report by a three-letter agency that starts with F and ends with I. News media picked it up and did the predictable kabuki dance over the greatness of this administration as if the president has anything to do with it. Mainly, the point is that all is well. I'm okay, you're safe, you're prosperous, so just stop kvetching. Life, right? Now, the report stated as follows. The FBI crime statistic estimates for 2022 showed that national violent crime decreased as an estimated 1.7% in 2022 compared to 2021 estimates. Murder and non-negligent manslaughter recorded a 2022 estimate nationwide decrease of 6.1% that is compared to the previous year. In 2022, the estimated number of offenses in the revised R-word category saw an estimated 5.4% decrease. Aggravated assault in 2022 decreased at an estimated 1.1% in 2022, and robberies show an estimated increase of 1.3% nationally. That hurt when my eyes rolled into the back of my head. Did you hear the marbles going around? I mean, in all the chaos that's going around in this country today, let alone the world, just over the last several years, people have mostly stopped reporting theft and even assault. Why? Because they know that nothing's going to be done. It's so routine, and everyone knows that the police will not, and probably not, and cannot do anything. This truth is easily confirmed by asking any street-level store owner in any big city. Theft is rampant. Cameras are everywhere, but there's nothing anyone can do about it. Who here has cameras just alone inside or outside of their home? Raise your hand. Okay? I've got 3 outside. So I know what's going on everywhere around my property. And it's really sad that we have to live like this in today's age. It's really sad. Just a couple of days ago, CVS Pharmacy startled that the toothpaste is under lock and key. What? Excuse me? So now I have to go and ask somebody, "Hi, I'd like to buy toothpaste." Come on. I mean, that's how terrible things have gotten in formerly civilized places, if that's what you can even refer to it as anymore. I mean, one wonders about assaults because on what you can see in like Manhattan, just talk to Jason, he'll tell you, on any given night, does anyone believe that assaults in this setting are being reported? No. I mean, what precisely would be the point? I've always said that freedom seats, they travel a hell of a lot faster than a cruiser, okay? To be sure, you know, murders, they're different. They're different. That data is less subject to reporting problems, but here's another problem. A basic statistical error is how it is presented. It's a sophomoric point, but nonetheless real. Whether something is up, down, right, left, in the middle, it doesn't matter, okay? getting better, getting worse, entirely depends on the baseline that you choose as your starting date. If you choose the absolute worst peak of a trend, everything else looks fantastic by comparison. That's precisely what this three-letter agency did, okay? It has chosen the worst possible year in order to make our present hellish reality seem great by comparison. It was explained like this. Part of the problem with most of the analysis is that 2019 did not represent a historical baseline of homicide and violent crime rates in America, but 2014 did. Nationally, violent crime, murder were much more prevalent in 2019 than 2014. So, though U.S. rates have fallen back to pre-pandemic levels, the country is well above normal violent crime rates. Total violent crime 2022 was 5% higher than 2014, an increase that represents tens of thousands of additional victims in a single year. The national homicide rate in 2022 was 43% higher than 2014. Since 2015, there have been roughly 30,000 more murders in the U.S. than there would have been if the homicide rate had stayed at the 2014 low. So, which is to say that this is all terrible news. It's not only as terrible as the most terrible possible reality of a few years ago. This isn't crime being down. This is a crime persisting and even worsening in many respects, in many places, especially in what they would consider blue areas like San Francisco. Okay? We're all getting fed up with the lying and the statistics. Sadly, it often works. It depends fundamentally on the public's statistical ignorance. If you ignore what's really going on, like a lot of people that I know who live in bubbles, nothing bad ever happens. Everything's wonderful. Yeah, maybe because you don't leave your house ever. Okay? It is undoubtedly extremely high. People can only understand that the most rudimentary notions, such as up, down, left, right, okay, without asking more important questions, such as compared with what? Much less more sophisticated questions as it, are we talking about the absolute fall or a drop in rate and increase? Yeah. We experience this constantly with inflation data. More than 2 years ago, we kept hearing about a fall in the inflation rate, and people hear that and think, prices are coming down, yay! Without even realizing that this is not what it means. It means a failing rate at which prices are going up. Prices are still going up. Why do you think crime is going up? Desperate times, desperate measures, desperate people. Mass statistical ignorance is extremely costly. It allows a ruling class to toss around numbers all the time to sound vaguely sciencey, but without having a real substance behind those claims. This is what enabled this administration to say daily that a job market is great. It's grand. It's wonderful. Look, everybody's working. Not. Economic growth is strong. Not. That Americans are growing wealthier. Where? Where? Have you seen my wallet? Okay. And now that crime is down. It's all completely gibberish and contradicted by every bit of reality that we observe with our own two eyes. The crime problem is a major one. Why? Because it directly affects two fundamental points of security that are essential to the good life, right? security of property, security of person, but are both in deep trouble in America today. It only adds insult to literal injury that our own three-letter agency is tossing around extremely misleading data to suggest that it's all in your heads. You need a pill. Go, it's all in your head. Go talk to somebody. If and when things settle down and America gets its act together again, which, according to my watch, okay, there needs to be a mass educational campaign to do remedial classes in math and statistics, most likely logic too. It was the ignorance of the basics that allowed so many people to be bamboozled during the Miss 19 era. When you don't really understand the math or the data, you have no real choice but to trust the interpretation of the featured experts, so-called. And this is a huge problem. During this period of our lives, property became even less secure. First wrecked by the government, and then threatened by mobs of riots, and now under assault from petty thieves, organized shoplifting rings. Respect for life has declined too. Generally, the very notions of human dignity and bodily autonomy have declined in moral legitimacy in the public mind. Foot traffic in our cities has fallen dramatically, and this is partially a result of crime fears. It's getting pretty sad when you're too afraid to walk to your damn mailbox. It's pretty sad when you're too afraid to go shopping by yourself because you don't know who's lurking. Will murders decline from their highs too? Maybe. But this isn't because our streets are safer. No. It's because people are too terrified to go there. This isn't an improvement, but evidence of a worsening problem. That kind of analysis is too deep and too rich for sound bites in today's manipulated public square, where propaganda always seems to prevail over facts anyways. I mean, it's true in economics, it's true in public health, and now we see that it's true in crime reporting as well. It's just another sector of life in which the deadline in trust is much merited. There, I said it. I'm calling you out, three-letter agency, because you're wrong. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ladies, head on a swivel.